Hi everyone, my name is Inuluwa and we are here on the Hustlaz Pod hosted by Hustle Africa Content Studio. At Hustle Africa, we tell amazing stories from content ideation to strategies to the actualization of your ideas. On today's episode, we are going to be having our founder, Mrs. Aisha Omadibi.
Hi, Hustlaz Pod. Hi there, my name is Aisha Madibi, founder, Hustle Africa, girl next door, awesome storyteller.
So, Ma,
Mhm.
we have questions for you. And our
Shoot.
first question is, what's the one project or client story from this year that completely changed how you think about storytelling in African businesses?
Um, I don't know if the story I'm about to tell you is the story that like illustrates my thinking about, or that changed my thinking about African businesses, but something happened this year when we were doing the last PRT party. This lady, she's an image consultant, and she signed up like 6 days to the event. She had called to ask a few questions like 3 times. Eventually she was convinced and she signed up. Listen, on the PRT party day, the way that she looked, if you had to walk up to her, you'll be like, let me guess, you're an image consultant. Because she looked. So her storytelling started from her hair to her makeup to the outfit that she wore to the bag that she carried. I'm telling you that everybody in the room paid her a compliment. Everybody in the room wanted to meet this lady. Now, let me tell you the banger. So, at some point when they were doing the TV press interviews outside, she was doing her AIT interview, and the GM of the hotel passed and just stopped in front of her. And because she was shy, people are always shy in front of the camera. She was shy and she said, "Oh, sir, no, just pass, sir." The guy says, "No, I'll wait for you to finish." So, of course, in the process, he heard that she was an image consultant. When she was done, he passed and left. But later, he sent for her and said, "If you didn't say what you do, just by looking at you, I know what you do. And now I want you to consult for the image of all the managers in this hotel. But you're going to start with this one manager, the head of all managers, I think. And if she's impressed with your service, then you'll do every other manager in the hotel." This lady walked out of the PRT party with a 200% deal. So what I'm trying to say is she made 200% of what she paid to attend the PRT party. And I guess the lesson for me in all of that is, when we say that your storytelling should be thick, should be dope, it's that it should be very thorough. So her brand story did not start from, "Oh, I'm going to the PRT party, I gotta do my makeup, I have to look good." No, it started with her looking the part. So she didn't need to open her mouth too many times to say, I am an image consultant." It showed. And she started landing deals. And I'm telling you that now I know she's done that um, consulting for that first manager. She's now doing for all the managers from just one. So sometimes when we say tell an authentic story, I think sometimes the brief is to also look the part of the story that you're trying to sell, the brand story that you're trying to sell. So I took that away. It was a very powerful experience for me.
Thank you for that story, ma'am. If you could go back to January 2025, what would you whisper to yourself and say, you did this right? You didn't do this right. Or take this step, don't take this step. It is
Funny you would ask me that because my birthday is in January, and in January I was asking God for a birthday present. Give me one big deal that is, let me hold it as my birthday present, right? And on my birthday, a client came here and she gave me a gift. Now, it did not stop there. Oh. When she was leaving, she was like, I can't go yet. I'm waiting for somebody. Someone is coming to meet me here. And I'm like, okay. And then the person comes. And me, my normal, like sometimes I can be very friendly. So this person was here and I just said, good afternoon, how you doing? I gave her a hug. And incidentally, every time that client comes here, this person comes to see her. So they meet here. So it's not like this was our first meeting, but this was the first time I would give her a hug. And I left. Shortly after, my client sent me a message to say, this person wants to work with you. They are saying, the way that you were really warm and receptive, something. And I'm like, my birthday present is happening on my birthday? Yeah.
That's what we prayed for.
Don't you get now? So I get in talks with this person. Turns out it was a really huge deal. I was going to be getting millions in retainer, and the money was going to be coming boof. So it won't come monthly retainer, it will come quarterly retainer. Who opened the door? Jesus Christ. I went to go and do Thanksgiving.
Yes,
that the Lord heard me.
We thank God for that.
2 months into the whole thing. 2 months into the whole thing, this client turns out to be a bridezilla and says she's no longer working with us, and I have to refund all that money. Oof.
Wow. That's a lot.
I'm telling you. And I remember thinking, I don't die. Like, because it's not like the money was sitting in the bank. Hello, small business. So I tried to appeal, like tell the clients, our middleman now, our client who's been our client since 2021, to like help now and talk to this person. This lady came back and said, oh yeah, I'm willing to work with you. Slept and woke up again and said, no, I've changed my mind again. I don't want to work with you guys. So I ended up having to refund millions of Naira. And I did. So in retrospect, if I if I could go back to January 2025, I'll tell myself, listen, not all doors that open for you to walk through them. You must have the discernment to, and again, I think this is just very relevant for small businesses because you want the money, you want the growth, you want the revenue, especially when you're bootstrapping. So because you want this, every single door that opens
looks like a growth from God.
So you're like, I'm going to walk through that door. It's my door. Auntie, it's not your door. Or you have to be really sure. There has to be like, a list of things. And normally in our contracts, we normally give contracts that we don't do refunds, because there was a certain middleman who's not like family, because we've worked together for about 4 years. I did not issue a contract that said we don't do refunds, and I paid dearly for it. So that those are the lessons, those are the things I would have said to myself on my birthday, that listen, somebody is going to come. I'm prophesying now, the person will come, but listen, do your due diligence, follow due process, no matter who it is, and again, just rely on instinct, because there's also always that place of intuition and instinct. Like, not every door opened so that you could walk through it, and you must have the discernment to be able to say, this is not my door. Yeah.
So discernment is key.
Like, you know it. So at the point where we did the yo-yo thing, we did the back and forth thing, the lady will say, okay, I've forgiven you and I'll work with you. To be very fair, we didn't do anything, no, but we had to beg, you know. Now we did the whole yo-yo thing. We'll go, she'll say, okay, I've thought about it and I see a future with you guys. Then she'll come back and say, do you know what? The future is not bright at all together. Eventually, we came to the decision that, okay, let everybody go their separate ways and pay back the money. So we now negotiated a payment plan. So first payment plan right on time, second one right on time, third one we now had delays. So we didn't make the payment on time. This individual called just acquaintances, like you know how you see somebody on my status, like I go to a conference and I take a picture with the person and you see me and the person and you have the person's number. You go and call the person that, hey, Lavada is owing me.
After second installment.
See, she's owing me. If you know her very well, I'll tell her that she should pay me my money. Nobody knew the backstory of how we even got there. So it was looking like this entrepreneur went to go and borrow money. And how many people can you sit down to explain? Now, the interesting thing is that she always said, I will disgrace you on social media. I know you have a reputation and I will destroy your reputation on social media. Where I'm going is, at some point, you know, sometimes I'll be really worried, like, why is the only threat you are giving me that you want to go and spoil my name on social media? You're not saying that we have a contract and I'm defaulting on the contract and you want to take me to court, because we have a perfectly legal agreement between us, right? Our both companies. You're not talking about addressing it legally or anything. All you're after,
Social media,
is destroying my reputation. And here I am playing small and thinking I'm small. But me okay now. Do you see? So then I now realize that somebody wants to destroy your reputation because you even have a reputation. And you didn't even realize that you have that you're still thinking, oh, I'm just one tiny unknown. But this person, that's why it goes back to what I said about having the discernment to recognize that there are certain doors but they are not they are open doors, but they are not your doors. Because this person wanted to attack, the whole goal was to attack our company's potential. That's their dream. To bring the name down, not to get the money back. And I'll let you know why. Because eventually when the money was paid, this person did not know. She had no idea. She stormed here one day and said, today, I'm not leaving this place until I collect my money. I must collect my money. But the money had been paid. So I'm like, which money again? Money have been paid. She's like, show me evidence of receipt, evidence of payment. So I sent her evidence of payment. And then she's like, give me all the evidence of payment of all the others that you have acknowledged.
Looking for trouble.
Look. So when I say, I just had to go the whole route because, listen, businesses in Nigeria are built with so many stories. Our pillars and foundations are stories. Some of them are comedic, some of them are horrific, like this one. But there's lessons in all of them. And the lesson in this one really, really, really is that as much as you are growing and you are seeking growth and you are seeking open doors, especially if you're a faith oriented founder, there will be doors strategically opened for you that you must not walk through. So discernment is so key, because if I could change anything, I would. I really, really, that experience set us back a little bit. And I would just change, not hugging her, but accepting
The
to work
contract.
with her, yes.
So thank you so much for that story, Mom. So I would like to ask, what's that no that you said this year that has moved the company forward? Or that yes that you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have said yes.
I've told you now. The yes I said that almost
That
took my
story was
life,
even a lot.
you know. But yeah, we just recently said no to one of our retainer clients from 2022. 2022, yeah. So we've worked with this California-based business, African business, since 2022, but it just became really difficult to work with. Sorry, they became really difficult to work with. Um, it just was really hard. Um, it's my second time deciding with the team to say no to a client because I mean, growing business, every opportunity is another step on the ladder, and you try not to. But as we gain experience and we, grow, I see the importance of the power of no. And I want to say thank you for asking me that because listen, everybody is not your customer.
Yes.
And you have to have the discernment to say no sometimes. Um, when the working conditions are not favorable. I know we had a client sometime last year who said that every piece of content that we develop for them, we like to retain intellectual property rights just for promotional purposes, not because we want to sell your content to somebody else, but we want to be able to say we did this piece of work, you know. And then the client was saying, no, 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 we can't even reference the work. I had to put my foot down to say no because I mean, we worked, we did the work. So in situations where like clients take us for granted. I mean, just it's a relationship, one that I feel very proud that most of the clients we worked with, we've worked together for years, some since 2021, some since 2022, and we're still together. Sometimes they leave us, some leave us and come back, but some haven't even ever left. I feel really grateful for that. But in that relationship, it's like being in an abusive relationship and saying, because we have been dating since 19 Gbogbo, you cannot break up. No, we gotta break up. And so yeah, we've had just that one breakup. Was painful because we've been together for a while, but it had to be done. You know, had to be done. And in my experience, I find that when you exercise your power to say no, what you are really doing is making space for what serves you. So you're not saying no out of malice or childishness, but you've done the data, and the data says this doesn't serve the business. So you have to shut that door. And in shutting that door, you are making space because what happened was we got another client that was, I mean, it was better money. It was, so yeah.
Thank God for open doors.
Like, clock it, or whatever you Gen Z people.
So you've worked with brands across Nigeria, in Africa. What's that one storytelling mistake you keep seeing businesses make in 2025?
It is wanting to be the hero of their own story. Epic fail. If you're watching this and you're a founder or you're an entrepreneur, you are not the hero of your story. You can't ever be. The best that you can be in your story is the guide who helps the hero achieve their own desires, dreams, goals. That's who you are. So, and how does this play out in storytelling? What happens in storytelling is you are then saying things like, this brand is fabulous because, this brand is da 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 because, we do this, we do that. The truth of the matter is nobody cares.
Okay.
So, in telling your story, and with the understanding that you're not the hero of your story, that your customer is, every time you want to talk about what is fantabulous about your brand, the feature, add so what? Because the customer is thinking, so what? How does this help me? What's in it for me? All this fantasticness you're talking about, how does it serve me? So always add that so what? Because it then helps you to flip the script and go from being the hero of the story to making the customer the hero of the story. You then now tweak your story to serve the customer. So
Customers.
we have freshly made juice and salad because I'm craving chicken salad right now. So we have freshly squeezed juice and chicken salad so that you can feel full while eating healthy. The meal is tasty, is healthy, and leaves you feeling fuller for longer. As against saying our salad is the
It's the best ever.
I the only salader. Do you understand? So that's the one thing that I know, that as much as you want to like tell your stories and polish yourself to look all great and your brand all best thing since sliced bread. The only reason you can be best thing since sliced bread is if the customer thinks so, if the customer agrees. So you have to make the customer the hero of the story. If you think about your like favorite movies, or favorite stories that you like, you'll find that the hero, the boss or the actor in the movie has so many problems, always has so many problems, right? And then there's always one person that's like a guide helping the actor, the protagonist, to get to the finish line, to solve this problem and on like that. That's who you are, not the actual hero in the story. Type shit.
So there are moments where a founder questions themselves. They question the type of year they had. So what would you say was your moment of questioning everything? Moments where you question decisions that you made, and how did you get through it?
If we're being completely honest, it's not one moment too.
Mm.
It's plenty moments. And I think it is very common with people building. So I'm going to use the example. Okay, so I'm going to use the example of when you're building like a building. For a long time, the building doesn't even look like a masterpiece. It's just everywhere scattered, and it's because you are still building. So,
Yes.
and that's how it is for a founder. You are building, so there'll be times when, even though you have the engineers thing and the architects thing to always go back to, there'll be times when you'll be like, do I even know what I'm doing? This thing doesn't even look like. But the truth is, every brick is counting, every cement, every mold, every pom, every single thing that you're adding into the building is working. But you will, because you really cannot see it, because you're still in the process of building. It is when there's like one milestone, one landmark, then you're like, this thing actually. Like when that PRT party happened and that lady, like
Yes.
that entrepreneur got that. Yeah, I felt really, really good about it, because I mean, it was then now bragging rights for us that, listen, this thing that we're telling you, it really works. And if you position yourself properly and do all these things that we're helping you to do, this is what can happen. Like the day did not end before she made 200% of
200%.
her ROI from, just attending the event. So yeah, so many times, you feel that way. You feel like, what are we even doing? Like, is this thing even worth it? And me, how do I get out of there? I just try to eat chicken because
Mm.
I'm not lying. Like I'll just look for chicken to eat, and once I've ingested chicken, and I can deal with it another day, and I know that the feeling will pass because all I have to do is remind myself of
What
some
you're
of our
doing.
success stories. Why are we doing what we're doing? Go back to the blueprint, look at the blueprint, and see what this can become. And yeah, with chicken in the system,
Another day will
Wemos,
come.
telling you.
Okay, 2026 is coming fast. What's that bold bet that Hustle Africa is making that might sound crazy to everyone else?
In 2024, we bet on AI and started building our own AI tool. It's a storytelling tool for African entrepreneurs, creators, everybody who wants to tell unforgettable stories. Um, the problem with it is, it seems like it's easier to tell stories because of AI. But the truth, the reality there is that because of AI, your stories sound like they were written by robots. This is the solution to that problem. And that's why we here were very excited about showing you what we've been doing. If you cannot wait like me, just rush to storyscopeai.com, sign up, and of course, start turning your ideas into instant best selling stories.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Shout out Hustle Africa Studios. Shout out the Hustlaz Pod. It's been good. Clock it. And yeah, this is me saying to you that why are you people suffering yourselves? Eh? Creator, founder, thought leader. Why are you suffering yourself? You go to studio that they cannot on AC. It's not soundproofed. So therefore, any small sound like this is a problem. In our studios, it's not just that we create every possible type of content from audio to video to textual, whatever. If you can think it, the thing is that we're already ahead of you, we're thinking it, and then we'll help you bring it to life. That one side. You will do it in convenience. You will do it luxuriously. You do it with people who are your cheerleaders, want you to succeed. So we're not just helping you to create content or providing you with the atmosphere and all of those things and the equipment that you need. We are also master storytellers. So we'll give your stories ideas. We'll help you with strategy. We'll help you with execution. We'll help you with promotion. I don't know what you're looking for because